none other than your girl, the hitting lover, and I'm here with Chef Black. We are here for another edition of Podcast Tuesdays Live at the Black Rose Lounge, located at 306 East 8th Street. So how you doing today?
I am fine. Tired, but fine.
You know, we got to be honest. I'm going to be honest too. I am exhausted.
Yes.
I swear I thought it was Friday.
Oh my God. I wish it was like Thanksgiving vacation.
I think I
need a break.
I think that's what it is. We get holiday season. It's like we getting into that vacation mode. I feel
right.
I feel you. One of those. It's just that time of year. But let's get into another edition of Goddess Thoughts here at the Black Rose Lounge. And today's topic is an interesting one. It is something we came up with when we was talking the other week. It is called false advertising.
Wow.
Why do we wear masks? Why can't we just be ourselves? Why do we always got to be a representative of ourselves? Why do we have to remove or try to go through 6-7 layers to try to figure out who I'm really dealing with? You know, whether it's friends, whether it's business, whether it's family, whether it's relationships. You know, some people, I've even been around people where they're one way around me, but then I observe them around other people, and they're like 6 different people. And it's the difference between, you know, being molded or actually literally changing who they are. And I just wanted to kind of talk about that today. So I want to know what your thoughts is on it. And anybody out here that came today, don't forget your thoughts.
Well, I feel like when we pinged on it, I watched the video on Facebook, and I was really impressed where it was a guy, he asked people different questions. So his topic asks a lot of younger guys, do they prefer natural hair or weave? And most of the younger guys stated that they love natural hair. And the older guys is, I don't want to see a nappy-headed person. And it kind of shocked me because we went through, y'all know I'm 58, I went through the straightening comb and the plaits and the weave, and now I've been natural for over 7 years and loving it. I think we've always been ashamed of our hair. Like, I didn't like that they publicized. People can say they want to, but this is my opinion. Madam J. Walker. Yeah, she was the richest Black woman, but what did she do to us? We wanted to look like the Europeans. We want our hair straight. We still want our hair straight. We had to fight just to be able to have natural hair. We had to fight for people to be able to wear dreads. We had to fight for that. And then we had to fight to stay in shape. Now we are the most population that are getting BBWs. Back then it was like yeah. But back then we wasn't worried about going to get no cosmetic. Now it's part of life. Like if we was fat, we need to go run, we need to go work out, we need to eat healthy. Now it's like, and I'm not knocking weight loss surgery. I had weight loss surgery because of my health reasons. And I'm not knocking that, but where does it get to the point where which part of you is real?
And so, I mean, we're saying that and seeing the disparity, like you said, between the younger generation and the older generation, it kind of makes me go into thinking about the fact of it's more societal than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
who's society?
Well, I look at it like this: the older generation, just think when you was raised, when you were younger, when I was raised, when I was younger, a lot of the idea of the way society looked at you, women's roles, the idea of beauty, even the idea of beauty that we looked at in men,
right,
was different. You know what I'm saying? And we were given an image that we were made to think was the ideal of what you had to be successful,
right,
what you had to be beautiful, what you had to be the American dream, 2 kids, a dog, and a picket fish. You have all these different things that were ingrained that was ingrained in us in different areas. So you hear those people from those generations where it was ingrained. I think too, we were kind of cultivated to not be ourselves. You know, I mean, it even goes into something that we have talked about in the past, even growing up in households when we were younger, when things would happen to the girls, you were told to keep it quiet. The society, everything
Right.
was cold. You had to keep an image.
Right.
Nobody had to know there was
No.
issues within the house. Within
Especially in the black home.
Yeah, you know.
I can't speak on other home. I can only speak on black.
Exactly.
But then it also goes back to me growing up where I've never seen my father in sneakers. Even if he worked outside, he put on boots, he put on cover-ups. My father wore a suit every day, even if he was going to the store. So I grew up with these men dressing up, looking good. Like, remember the days when we had dress-up clothes to go to church, Easter clothes. Like,
there was no such thing as dressed down Sunday.
No, not even.
I mean, I don't mind it, but I get what you're saying. And can we get a little less volume over there? I know we got entertained the rest. Yeah. A little less volume. Thank you. Appreciate it. I want to get shout out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. We appreciate that.
But just growing up to where you used to get men being dressed up. Coming from New York, we had our own style and flavor, but it wasn't. Well, they said our style was bad, but then I come from a generation that men love suits, and I come from a generation where we had to have our pants to starch. We had to have them shirts. We had to have our sneakers clean. No matter what, we down there on that newspaper with that white shoe polish and that bleach water, making sure we are clean from head to toe. Even if we wore the same stuff 3 or 4 times a week, it was clean and pressed. Like you never go outside and embarrass your family. Now, like I told y'all, for example, we went to the fair. And I'm like, I've been a big woman, I've been a small woman, I've been a petite woman. But at the end of the day, what do we define as being fake when so many of the social media is accepting what these people are doing, especially our young women?
Well, I mean, and then I think, like you said, what is being fake? And I think it goes into too, with social media influencing how women dress, or how women or men dress. But we talk about the women because I know what you're talking about and how the lack of clothing and them thinking it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
No matter what size they are.
No matter what size, it is not beautiful like to just have everything hanging out. But then that goes into, like we were saying, the society standards of what beauty is. And nowadays, depending on who you resonate with and you watch as your model or role model or your ideal of what you want to be, now dictates how you dress, how you carry yourself. And social media has exploded it and, of course, exasperated it, and it plays a lot. But, I mean, it goes beyond social media. I mean, it's in everything. I mean, in any type of form of entertainment and music, art.
It's like these women are beautiful, but then all of a sudden, Lil' Kim, it was beautiful.
Oh my God, the plastic surgery.
I mean,
crazy,
it's Biblical Fox. What was wrong with you? Whoopi Goldberg never changed who she is. Then I was appalled, and I don't care what nobody say. You young girls are so freaking disrespectful. When Felicia Rashad made a statement to say y'all need to cover up, you gonna come on social media. This lady is an icon. You gonna talk about she had multiple husbands. I don't have multiple husbands. I'd rather have multiple husbands than multiple baby daddies. And then you gonna sit up here and disrespect this lady that has respect. When has she ever been slandered in the media? When have she ever did anything but perform and be a positive black woman? Y'all so disrespectful because y'all think what y'all doing is gonna get y'all a husband, but none of y'all ain't got no husband. Y'all got baby daddies, but y'all out here half naked. Then when if an older woman came to me and said, you know what, Rose, I know you got age on you, but are you really looking for a husband that half naked? Do you think I'm gonna be like, oh, you already had 2 husbands and you this and you? I mean, come on. I mean, you don't even want to respect the people that paved the way for y'all to even know what we are doing, seeing on TV, entertainment and nothing like that. I'm not knocking the younger generation because that's y'all generation. But when you become so disrespectful because you are so fake, you can't go a day without your nails. You can't go a day without your hair being done, without makeup on. And it's like you have so much caked up makeup, you don't even know where the beauty lies. Where's your beauty at?
Well, see, the thing is, the beauty, it lies in the fact of external factors. Because it goes down to the fact when you have to do so much to your exterior, it's because you don't love your interior. And that's the bottom line. It goes into a self-love, a self-image, issue within self. You know what I'm saying? And so now you're trying to find what you consider your ideal of happiness or joy or contentment. And people understand, like, happiness is a fleeting emotion. Like, I feel like a lot of people, even for people who are trying to get married, I'm looking for happiness. Happiness is an emotion, which means it can come and go within a split second. I mean, you need to be chasing joy, not happiness.
Yeah, but if you're not, like I said, if you're not happy with yourself, what like what they said, like I forgot who quoted, said, RuPaul, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else when you can't love yourself?
Exactly.
And love is such, like we talked about, love is such a spiritual thing. At the end of the day, my brother died, my fiance, I still love both of them on the same love. Love does not change. The only thing changed is the intimacy of that love. Because I'm sexually entwined with that person, but I'm not sexually entwined with my brother. But at the end of the day, I'm going to hurt if something happened to either one of them because of the love that I have. Love is not on the scale. The intimacy is. And I'm just to the point where it's like, you're on these TikToks, you're on these Facebooks. I'm not knocking anybody. Wear what you want to wear, be what you want to be. But don't be, on the other hand, oh, I'm so confident, I'm this size or I'm that size and I'm wearing this and I'm half naked and I get my own nails done and my hair done. But then you sit back saying, oh, I don't need a man. But then on the other hand, oh, these dudes ain't nothing. But you just said that you're so independent, you're so secure because you want to be half naked with your butt out, with your boobs out, with whatever. And then you're going to say, oh, I'm independent, I'm secure in me, I don't need no man for this. But then you in the background hating and crying because you ain't got no man.
Well, see, I mean, the thing is, I would say like this. If you're doing all that, you're looking for attention. Of course. So the thing is, who are you looking for attention to? If you're not bisexual or gay, then you're looking for attention from the opposite sex. So you do care, you know what I'm saying? So that's just a projection of I don't care because you're not getting what you're looking for because you're searching for the attention of what you think you want, but it's not what you need. So you're not getting what you need. You're getting whatever leftover you may get because that's how it's being, received. And so.
And then we can go even deeper with the fakeness. Like I said, how you gonna meet a man, tell this man Applebee's ain't good enough, I want to go here. Have you taken yourself there? You know what I'm saying? I've taken myself to 5-star restaurants. I've taken myself to expensive places, trips and all that. So I can put on a pedestal to say, hey, I don't want to do no Applebee's. Because guess what? I can afford to go to a 5-star restaurant. But my thing is, you're being so fake. And like Ken said earlier, you don't want a good man. A good man should not take you to a $500 dinner. I ain't never been to a $500 dinner, and I'm a chef, and I make money. At the end of the day, that does not impress me. Take me to somewhere where we could talk, we could get to know each other. This might be this man's last bit of money to pay his rent or do something, and he's so intrigued with you that he want to take you out, and maybe Applebee's steak him, and whatever he takes you, maybe that's the only thing he can afford. But he wants to try to get to know you and impress you. But then you want to say, oh, I ain't going to no 500. Then you look at their houses on Facebook, like your house so nasty, your kids nasty, you dirty. Then you bringing your kids on dates. That man ain't asked for that. Then you bring your girlfriend. What I look like saying, me and Ty going on a date, Chanel, you coming with me. Ty, you gonna pay for everybody. Then you want to go on Facebook and talk about this man.
He never signed up.
He never signed up for your kids.
Yeah,
First of all, no man should meet your kids. It should take forever for a man to meet your kids.
First of all, that's facts, and I think that's a whole nother topic.
Thank you.
That's single mothers, because it's crazy stuff.
So, but it goes back to, it ain't only fake with the inner and outer. It's fake all the way around.
Yeah, and I wanted to kind of go into that too, like what she was saying, because if you put this high expectation. That's fake, because at the end of the day, if he's doing something that he can't do on a regular basis, you're going to be expecting something that he can't do. So you're not even getting the real him. This is not something you do on a regular basis. So the person you're presenting to him is not even you, because you don't do this on a regular. So how you act at that moment is not going to be how you normally act, because you don't know.
You ain't even giving up none.
You don't even
giving up none. You just want to meet this man, talk this man up on this man supposed to take you out. And then you on Facebook bashing this man. Y'all sound stupid. Y'all sound really stupid. I went on dates to Subway with my husband for 6.5 years.
I always say,
you know what I'm saying? Subway.
To me, I always say the best date is a coffee date. It's because you can be vulnerable. And if you're really trying to, if you're dating,
right,
to find a spouse, to find your divine counterpart, to find your kingdom spouse, if you're dating because you're looking with the intention of finding a mate to be married or companion for long term, to me, intimate is because you want to get to know the person. Having a coffee date, that's something where it's very inexpensive, but it's quiet. That means you have to talk, you have to communicate, you get to see the nonverbals, and that's what means you. If I'm going out to dinner, I feed myself. I'm gonna eat regardless. I don't need nobody to pay. I'm gonna eat whether I go on this dinner or not. And like you said, I mean, I have been on high dinner dates of all prices. But at the end of the day,
and they was the worst man I ever dated. Like, I've dated football players.
I'm not gonna disagree. I'm not gonna disagree.
Let me break this down to you now, because I don't want to think that the women are bashing y'all, because I'm not.
No.
What I am gonna say is the young men fault too, because you're out here flogging, pretending, showing all this money on Facebook and doing all that. So what do you think they're gonna be expecting? So it goes both ways. Like I said, I won't just blame the women. I'm gonna blame both sides of the party, because you got on 400. Like, I'm a high school teacher, and I saw my kid. I said, "How much some ugly sneakers? Oh, these so and so. They $400." I said, for some sneakers with some big shoestrings in it. And the sneakers like this big, and you got on $400 jeans. Because
the whole outfit for $20.
And then you going to the club buying bottles, and you posting all of that on social media. So me, if I was a little naive, you know what I'm saying? Not saying I wasn't naive in my time sometimes, because our thing was the dope boys growing up. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm like, man, I go to work and get my own money. Like, because at the end of the day, what am I going to have to pay? What's the price I'm going to have to pay for you to give me this lifestyle if you're not my husband? So my thing is, young men, stop flogging, and then getting mad when these girls see that you have all of these young men, or old men too. When they see you have all of this, then you take them to Applebee's, or you take them to Steak and Shake. So you are being fake too.
Now, I would say that for the other side of that. Not for, for the men's side of that too. Like, say, what you start off with.
Yep. You gotta continue to do. You know
what
grandma said?
What is expected of you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that even goes into, long-term relationships, into marriage. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, and that's a lot of times where a lot of the divorces, the seed starts, because once marriage happens, a lot of times people stop doing, both sides stop doing the things they were doing in the beginning. The little sweet things, little things, because now you're comfortable and you're used to it. And so generally what I would say is women tend to be less vocal about not getting the sweet nothing or the things that they expected. Hey, yeah, come on. Yeah. Come on. Hey, we got. Oh, you finna go. Okay, well, we got. Ken, you go. Right here. Is that one on the camera? That'll get you on camera right there?
No, you have to just turn it just a little.
All right, we got somebody coming in the way, and we got another guy tonight. Thank goodness. Hey, thank you for coming up. All right, you guys, thank you for coming.
Okay.
All right, can you want to weigh in before? Go ahead and weigh in about your thoughts.
Well, hey, my name is Ken Gilbert, owner and CEO, founder of 7 Crazy Cat Studios LLC, movie production company out of Jacksonville, Florida. And what they're saying, y'all saying, I'm speaking volumes, man. I'm speaking truth, because there's okay, for the man's part, right? There's so many men out there that, I got this and I got that, and, a lot of times when you do that, it's like you put an expectation on yourself from the get-go. You know, and it's like, well, you got all that. So when I go out to date you,
right, that's what I expect. That's what I expect.
So I expect you to go to the Capitol Grill with me. We go to the Capitol Grill together, right? Yeah, that's fine. Yes. But then you get mad when she's like, "Oh, I'm always taking you out to these fancy restaurants," but I can't afford it because I really was just flawed. And some people do have that money.
I want to ask you this, because as a man, when you see a woman, and I've had conversations with different men, because I've asked different men just randomly, the idea of the dating being based upon what you feel the woman will want instead of trying to find out what she wants. So if you see a woman who maybe she's getting out of a Jaguar, they might be more apt to take her to a 5-star restaurant versus meeting someone else who was getting out of a Toyota. Right. They'll take her to Applebee's. But you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's funny you say that because sometimes though it's not even like that because there's been I know women that can. I was married to a woman that she would have this Easter party every year, and she would spend thousands. Every kid that came, she spent $1,000 on the Easter basket. So, and I married her, and I was like, what the hell am I supposed to give her for a birthday?
Right. Yeah.
You know, like,
right. Yeah.
But then I say, you know what? She really just want my love.
Right.
So women, a lot of times people get that like backwards because you got a woman that gets out of the Jaguar, Mercedes Benz, and all this other stuff, and you like, hey, she must want this, and that, but all she wants really is just someone to say, speak.
The women that know was the least materialistic women. Usually.
Because
we are the least material.
And
usually because with the most material. And it's like, because you can get it on your own, so the value of it, it doesn't matter.
But it's a prejudgment too, because if you do see that, because I experienced that a lot, you know what I'm saying? But now I got a person that say, I don't need nothing from you. I want to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, they see the perception. It's hard. But you don't know how hard that person worked to get to what they want, what they have. You don't know where they came from. You don't know nothing about them. But what we are basically talking about the fakeness. Like, I really don't want to be with you. I want to be with you because of what you got.
No, see, that's the
thing. Or even because of what I think what I think not
what my potential could be. Because at the end of the day, like they say, why do you see women with men? Women, because the majority of black women are making more money than black men right now, statistically speaking. But the point of it is, majority of the black women don't have to struggle so hard and say, I gotta take care of this family. I gotta get these for education, because they branded that on us because they wanted smarter women. They didn't want smarter black men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It helped further the divide.
Right. And conquer. And it depends on what area you grew up with, because I came from a strong single parent that worked hard and did what she did to take care of these 5 kids. But she taught me to be so strong. But in one part, sometimes I didn't think I needed to provide for me. You know what I'm saying? Not for the love, affection, and security, but then when you try to clash both of them together, it hurts you. Because I was a very strong, mouthy, like, man, hell with that dude. I ain't got time for that mess. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about my husband. We weren't talking about no dude off the street. But like I told my mother, parts of it was good for me, and parts of it hurt you because of the generation I grew up with. But nowadays it's like, who are you dating? Are you dating my representative, or are you dating me?
Well, okay, so two parts of that. One, my grandparents, my grandmother in particular, and my mom's mom, and my stepfather will always say something to me. It says, you better learn how to do this. I'm going to teach you how to cook, clean, maybe not everything, but they taught us how to do things. And he always said, I want to teach you this, so that way you don't have to depend on no woman to do nothing for you. And I never understood as a kid. I was like, I never really understood that.
I taught my brothers how to cook.
Right. And I never understood that. And then as I got older, I said, you know what? I see it, because at the end of the day, you got to take care of you.
Yeah.
And
you should be able to take care of you.
Right.
A person should be an enhancement.
Yes, because at the end of the day,
We're supposed to be a multiplier.
Thank you.
right? Because when because I was always like this. I was like, man, if you find somebody, this and that. Oh, but then I said one day, and my family was funny because I was thinking about this other day. I don't need no woman. I can be just as happy. I was happy before you. I'd be happy without you. I make money before you. I make money without you. Make money without you. So regardless of what happens.
But nobody wants to be alone. They can say if they want to. You want your alone time, but you don't want to be alone.
No.
That's why they be like, why do billionaires or rich people get married over and over again? Because money can't buy you love.
Yeah.
It can buy you places.
Sick at one time too,
yes.
as you get older, or you may
It can buy you placement, but it can't buy you. It can't buy you that warm when they get robust for still. But
that's the thing about it too. Like as a young, successful, I'm right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to incorporate no matter what I do, family time is gonna be family time. So I don't care how successful or how rich I get or what happens. We're always gonna have family time. We're always gonna have to do things together. Everything I do, these people want to get successful and be famous and do all this, but at the end of the day, I don't want to be in the tabloids. I just want to go home and make my movies. We go to the award show, go to the after party. Hey, let's get on the plane. Let's go. I'm done because I'm trying to get back to my house and just chill. That's all I want to do.
I feel you. And with that being said, I know I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this segment on, false advertisements and people being fake and wearing masks. And we talked about all different types of way people are not genuine and people are not real. But honestly, in my final thoughts, at the end of the day, whether I'm meeting someone as a friend or whether I meet someone to do business or whether I'm meeting someone from a romantic standpoint, I respect honesty. And you have to be real because at the end of the day, how do I know how to handle you? You don't know what I can bring. I don't know what you can bring. I just met you, or even, plus I need to know what to expect. As I said, as DMX famously said, I need to know how to trust you. I trust you to be you, but I don't need to trust you to be who you show me to be. So if you're not showing me to be who you really are, I can only trust the fake person you're pretending to be. And that could be completely wrong and make me make decisions out of fault because I don't know who I really am. I'm only going off of what you're pretending to be. So being yourself and definitely authenticity is what I feel everybody, though I know that's not everybody goal in life, but enlightenment, authenticity, and the frequency of love is what we're here to do, as I always say all the time. And with that, you have to be true to yourself. And I'm going to share final thoughts.
my final thoughts is never stop believing in you. I am still evolving. I am still changing. I am still spiritually moving at 58 years old, but I released. Sometimes you just have to step away from everything and just release a lot of things because you have to grow. You have to be able to invite different people in your life because if other people in your life season has passed, we just keep holding on to it. And we keep holding on to the old representative us. Like, you know how somebody come and say, oh, I remember when she was like this. Well, I'm not like that no more.
That was the past.
That was my season at that time. So my thing is live in your truth and enjoy the moment that you are in now. And please have your third eye open to pay attention on who you really want to be. Because we're still growing. We're going to keep growing until we die. No matter how old you are, we're still going to grow. We're still going to change. But just be happy with you at the end of the day. And that's my final thoughts.
Okay, since you up here, I'm gonna give you a final thoughts
snap.
today. We gonna get a 7-cast final thought.
I didn't make it the big time.
That part.
I'll be on the entertainment weekend. I'm not going to do that.
I just want you to enjoy yourself. Yes.
My thing is, my final thought is be real. Be raw. I'd rather you be raw and real and open than you be fake. And then I'd rather for you to tell me that you don't like me in my face,
right.
and you just tolerate me. Then you go home and you be real in my face, and then you go home and I can't stand him and this and that. No, tell me how you feel.
Right.
I respect that more.
Right.
And then it's anywhere. And people in the church, people at work, people home. Tell me how you feel. That's why I love being me, because I finally got to the point where I'm free now to just say what I want to say, and say what's on my mind, and be free and just be real. I'm not gonna tell you nothing that's gonna be fake. I'm gonna be like, oh, I love you. Like, no, I'm gonna tell you like, hey, I have this issue with you.
Right.
I don't know how to say it, but I had this issue with you. I don't know how, hey, So I'm not like, if I'm mad at my wife at home, and then we go to church, I'm not gonna be smiling in people's faces.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, hey, okay. If we do it, we smile, whatever, but I ain't gonna be all people no, because I can't love her.
What Teddy Swim say? Are you even real?
Right. I can't be.
That will close out the topic on that.
Yeah.
Are you even real?
Yeah. Straight up. I can't be fake with her, and then I get in front of everybody trying to be real. Hey, no.
And perpetrate in the streets, and then like no.
Yes.
And with both of those, I mean, they both gave some amazing final thoughts, and like they say, that's a real thought. Like you said, are you really real? And I will leave you with this as my last guidance thoughts. At the end of the day, that's the question you need to ask yourself and look in the mirror. Are you really real? With that, as I always say, love and light. Thank y'all for tuning in to another edition of Guidance Thoughts Podcasting live here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. from the Black Rose Lounge here in Jacksonville, Florida. As I always say, love and light, man. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thank y'all for joining in again every week with us. Appreciate y'all tuning in next week. And make sure y'all tune in for a Lonely Black Rose podcast, because we're going to be shooting at it. It'll be coming up in a few.
Tell me again.
I thought, all right.
Kicking it right there. They gonna put